The more time passes since I've graduated, the more I realize that most of the shit they teach in school doesn't even matter. Okay, look, I know there's like some fundamental shit that people should know, right? But there's no way you're gonna go for 12 years of schooling plus college and remember all that shit and apply that years later. The curriculums can be god awful, and the US tells you what they value in education by how they treat their teachers, because these motherfuckers get paid less than McDonald's employees. And substitutes, don't even get me started with substitutes. I mean, literally, what do? What qualifications do you need to have to be a substitute? As long as you have a pulse, you're allowed to be a substitute teacher. Let's keep that on the down low though, because I didn't have to do shit that day in school. I'm telling you, man, getting these teachers paid seems to solve a lot of problems. I mean, more people would be applying to the job and trying to get that bread, and in theory, only the best teachers would get hired. It would get rid of those teachers who literally get paid to do nothing but sit at their desk and eat snacks while they spam online videos. Don't get me wrong, I mess with my boys from Crash Course and PBS and Brain Pop and Bill Nye the Science Guy, but if you're just gonna make us watch videos the whole time, send me the link and send me home early. Personally, math was my favorite subject in school, but even I, as a person who majored in something that involved a lot of mathematics, doesn't understand why we were taught some of the more ridiculous things in school. I mean, the most obvious one is the Pythagorean theorem, and then they taught us sine, cosine, and tangent, and secant, cosecant, and arctangent. I mean, other than the theoretical realm of a calculus course, when will I ever have to apply this? I mean, I've never used angles in my life, period. I feel like that's more for like carpentry or architecture or some shit like that. And what is the point of the median? In what scenario will I ever have to cross out the lowest and highest number until I get to the center? And what the hell would be the point of that? They did teach us PEMDAS, but they obviously didn't teach it well, because you could just go on Twitter and see a simple equation and 100 people would have 100 different answers. In science class, I was totally locked in, or I was totally zoned out. I mean, off the top of my head, all I can remember is the water cycle, photosynthesis, E equals MC squared, and DNA is a double helix or something. There was so much content we had to learn for history and social studies classes. I mean, it would literally go into one year and come out the other. All I can remember is World War I, World War II, the Pilgrims, no taxation without representation, the Bill of Rights, Articles of Confederation, and then the three branches of government of executive, legislative, and judicial. Growing up, I used to think English and grammar classes were some of the most pointless things in the world, but now I realize they have to teach this shit because still, people to this day do not know their their, and theirs, and your, and yours, and two, and twos. I mean, there's some people I literally have to explain to them how to use an adjective correctly in a sentence, and they'll look at me like, what is an adjective? I'm not gonna lie though, reading was my kryptonite. I never had the attention span to read. I mean, I would literally read a page and then forget what happened and have to reread the page over and over again like 100 times. To be honest, I don't think I've read a full book since middle school, but thank God for Spark Notes, because that shit got me through everything. The only thing I loved about reading was the elementary school book fair, and I had all the classics, you know, the Guinness World Records, the Harry Potters, the Diary of a Wimpy Kids, the Percy Jacksons. My reading fall off has to be studied because I can read in my head, but if you call on me to popcorn read or tell me to read out loud, I will literally just stutter my ass off. I used to be a pretty decent writer, but I don't think I've even picked up a pencil since I've left school. Honestly, when I say this out loud, I actually think I might be illiterate. Regardless, typing has taken over the world. I mean, you have 6-year-olds typing at 150 words per minute. Who even knows if writing will still exist in a couple of years? I think PE was a lot of people's favorite class, and it was for me too, until I got to high school, where they literally made it my first period almost every year. Like, I do not want to run the FitnessGram pacer test at 7:30 in the morning. And they started putting weird stuff in the curriculum too, like square dancing and Zumba. Like, you should have either treated it like recess or treated it like elementary school, where we went under the parachute or learned and played a sport. And I had the most annoying and fattest PE coach, and he would work us to the bones. Like, I'm lucky I'm not a skeleton right now by how many calories I lost from all those workouts. At my school, lunch was literally prison. I mean, we had to use our inside voices, and no one could get up to do anything. You had to raise your hand and get called on to use the bathroom or buy lunch or just throw out the trash. And that's why the best part of school for me were the field trips. I mean, even though they cost an arm and a leg to go on, and my school sent us to the most greatest places, all you had to do is hook me up with my goated chaperone in my friend group, and you could have sent us to hell, and I would have enjoyed it. However, the worst part of school is definitely the grading system. I mean, I could mess up on one question on one exam, and that will bring my grade down a letter grade. I mean, kids these days don't have to study at all. I mean, you guys got ChatGPT, Copilot, and all this AI shit. I mean, back in my day, you had to go to Google and pray that your question was on some random Quizlet set or on a Brainly page after going through 5 different ads or on a visible part of the Course Hero page. And if you did find the actual answer, most of the time it wouldn't come with work or reasoning, so you actually had to understand and explain to yourself why this was the correct answer. I had to have been one of the worst people at studying in my school. Even the strats that people used to lock in would never work on me. People would listen to music and start grinding, but that would never work on me. Once I heard that beat, I'd just get distracted and start bouncing. And let me tell you, bro, I have the worst memory in the world. Forget remembering stuff to study for. I would have just finished writing my exam and turning it in, and the next period start talking with my friends about checking our answers, and I would literally have forgotten all the questions and answers that I've put. That's why in college, I used to pray that the final was not cumulative with the stuff that we learned before the midterm, or else I was fucked. That's why exams are so stupid, because when are we ever going to be in a position where we're not going to get any help? Like, I understand you want to test us on the content, but at least give us like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire lifelines. Let me phone a friend, let me phone a teacher, let me get a 50-50, let me search the internet. I mean, overall, I really did enjoy school, I'm not gonna lie, but there's definitely some shit that needs to get improved.